What's going on, everyone? Tech Me Out here, and I am back with some more top Amazon deals. So to those of you that are just now discovering the series, I've done a lot of other episodes of this that I'm gonna link down below for you. But ultimately in this video, what I'm gonna be showing you are some tech deals and some cool items that you can currently find on Amazon. Now, some of these items also may have a coupon code, which I will link below for you. That way you can save even more money. But ultimately, I think this video is kind of like right in time or almost in time for the Amazon Prime Day that's coming up on July 10th. If you're not familiar with it, it's basically like the Black Friday of Amazon. So you can find all these huge deals and savings on all these different products on Amazon, and you can take advantage of it if you are an Amazon Prime member. Now, normally you do have to pay a annual membership fee for Amazon Prime, but I have a link down below for you that's going to give you Amazon Prime for free for 30 days. So needless to say, there are more videos coming up where I'm going to actually be focusing on Amazon Prime Day deals. But in this episode, I'm just going to give you a few tech deals that are currently going on Amazon right now. So for the first item on the list, I have this unique sleeve by Case Crown for your iPad Pro 9.7 inch. And really, this will fit any iPad that's 9.7 inches or smaller. Now, the unique thing about it is that it actually bundles in a lightning cable and a slot for your Apple Pencil. So it doesn't have a battery pack, but it does give you a little bit more convenience and protection, when you're charging out on the go. So you have a slot down here at the bottom, which is where you actually pull the cord out to charge into like a portable battery pack or maybe the wall. And then at the top here, you have a built-in cable to connect to your iPad and a little area for your Apple Pencil. Now, this is very cushioned and padded, so if you happen to drop your iPad in here, you should be good to go because it feels like you got a lot of protection there. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that it states that the iPad Air can fit inside of the sleeve with the Apple Smart Keyboard. And I don't personally own the keyboard, but I do own the Apple case. And I will say it didn't quite work out so well with the Apple case. And based upon some reviews, I did notice that others had issues trying to get the iPad in there with the Smart Keyboard. So I will forewarn you, it might be a snug fit if it can fit at all. But outside of that, it's a fairly decent sleeve, especially if you're going to be traveling with your iPad. Next up, I have another accessory for your phone, and this is known as the iDisk mobile storage. So you got two different capacities, 64 gigabytes or 128 gigs. But ultimately, this little thing here is like a flash drive for your phone. So you basically plug it into the lightning port of your phone, you download the companion app, and it's with that app that you can actually transfer files from your phone, such as your photos and your videos, to the external drive or vice versa. Now, to me, this is really clutch when you're out and about. You might be at a concert, maybe on a trip, and you're concerned about storage, because I've been there and I've done that, and this thing has came through. That way you don't have to worry about storage space on the go because you basically have an external drive for your phone. Plus, you can always password protect things in case you want a little bit extra security. And it also has a USB end. Therefore, you can take it out of your phone, plug it into your computer, get things transferred off, or take things from your computer to your phone and get things transferred on. Now, next up, I have a portable battery pack. And I know you're probably like, everybody wants to recommend a battery pack in videos, but this particular... I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. Yo, I'm gonna unplug her. What was I saying? Next up on the list is a portable battery pack from Rav Power. And I know some of y'all out there might be like, dang, y'all tech reviewers cannot get enough of portable battery packs. But I'll say, at least with this one, there's something a little bit unique about it that I feel that you all might like. And that unique thing is the size factor for the amount of power that you get with this item here. So this particular battery pack is about the size of maybe like an iPhone 7, if not smaller. And it amazingly has 12,000 milliamps of power. So to kind of put that into perspective for you, that means you can charge an iPhone 7 about 4 times. And you could even charge your iPad Air off of this thing, not quite to 100%, not quite to 100%, but close enough. That's pretty decent, especially if you got to carry this with you somewhere. You don't have to worry about carrying a big battery pack in your pocket or in your bag. Instead, you have this little item here. Now, I've seen, portable battery packs of this size around 10,000 milliamps or so, but not quite this size at 12,000 milliamps. Plus, you have LEDs built in here so you can track the battery life, and you have 2 dual smart USB ports, which are going to allow you to charge 2 devices simultaneously at the max speed possible. So you're not going to sacrifice speed if you're going to charge more than 1 device at a time. Now, another item you all might want to keep on you is this USB to USBC keychain. So especially with everything kind of merging slowly over to USB-C, we might find ourselves in a little pinch sometimes where we don't bring the necessary adapter or hub, and that's basically where this item comes in. I personally know I have been out and completely forgot to bring the adapter to get my USB items working with my new MacBook Pro, but this USB to USB-C keychain here can solve that problem because you'll always have it on your keychain. Now, it doesn't just work with your computer, it also will work with your phone that has a USB-C port. That way you can do things like plug in a thumb drive to your phone, or maybe even plug in an SD card reader. Now, if you're curious about speeds, I'm not going to say it's ridiculously fast, as basically it can charge things at 2.4 amps, which isn't bad, and it can sync over things at 5 gigabytes per second. So nothing to brag about, but it makes it possible when it could have been impossible. Because if you forgot your adapter, you wouldn't be able to do any of this, would you? No. Couldn't. Now, another item on the list that I have for you are third-party batteries for your Sony a6300 and Sony a6500, or really for any device that runs off of an NP-FW50 battery. So the reason that I like these batteries are for a couple of reasons. So for one, they're cheaper than the actual Sony batteries. And not only are they cheaper, but they also pack more power. All right, so the Sony batteries give you about 10,020 milliamps, whereas the RAV Power batteries give you 1,100 milliamps. So you get a little bit more power for your camera, which is going to be handy because it gives you longer shooting times. Now, the other thing I really like about them is that you get 2 in a pack and a charging cradle. Now, this charging cradle is a must-have to me for anybody that has the Sony a6300 or a6500, because the batteries on these cameras die ridiculously fast. So with this particular charging cradle here from RAV Power, you actually have the option to charge your batteries using a power bank. So once again, personal experience, I had a long shoot. I was nervous about, my batteries dying, so I made sure I brought the charging cradle and a battery pack, and it came in handy because instead of having to find a wall outlet or leave the batteries, in one place and be shooting in another, I was actually able to keep everything on me. So I just threw the batteries on the cradle, connected the cradle to the power bank, and I was good to go. It's just like charging your phone when you're out and about using a battery pack. You're just now charging your batteries for your camera. Yeah, that's kind of interesting when you think about it like that. But nonetheless, so if you happen to own any of these cameras, take it from me, definitely invest in this. You can get some money off using that coupon code below in the description box. Moving on to the next item though, we have something known as the PenPal for your Apple Pencil. So basically all this does is allow you to clip your Apple Pencil onto pretty much anything. Plus the texture of the clip here matches that of the Apple Pencil, therefore everything can kind of go better together. But I thought this might be something handy for some of you out there, especially with the new iPad Pro 10.5 inch launching. And speaking of which, if you're interested in a video regarding some, iPad accessories, let me know, as I do have the 10.5 inch iPad Pro. A review is coming, and I wouldn't mind creating an essential accessory list for the iPad Pro, but I would rather do it if you all want that. So let me know down below in the comments section. I'll throw a poll somewhere up in the video as well that you can vote on. But yeah, that sums it up for this one. As always, thanks for taking the time out to let me tech you out.